gentlemen, we're in for an incredible night. Oh, we're taking it up a notch. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Wes and Mike TZ coming all strong.
Hello and welcome to the conference call. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Chris Edwards, and I'm here with my other two co-hosts, Rex and TJ. Gentlemen, how y'all doing today?
What you doing? Did you see I was digging in my nose when the thing came on?
No. Well, it's okay.
And I mean, you just said it now, so even if we didn't see it.
Yeah, and it's yours. It's yours. Well, listen.
Not the worst hole I've dug in.
Oh. You've got two fingers in it?
Not even been a minute that we were recording.
Hey. Listen, let's talk what the show is. So this is Drag Race, the recap show, season 16, episode 13. We're almost done, guys.
Amen.
So wait, is it next week is the finale or is it this week?
This week.
Is it this week?
Okay.
No, this week is my finale.
Oh, Jesus.
So we don't see you again?
Right.
Oh, we're back.
Yes.
See you, girl. It's been nice knowing you.
So listen,
I don't know. I feel like it's probably week after next. I mean, week after this.
I don't think it's this week. I think it's gonna be next week. I'm hoping it's next week because So this is something we talked about. I think we're going to try to do this. We're going to try to do a live recap show after the actual show airs. So let's see how we feel about it and if we actually pull it off.
Oh, okay.
We'll see, child.
We'll try.
Yeah.
Well, here's the rundown. We're going to talk about who went home last week. I think it was their time. Talk about the workroom, and then the challenge and this week's winner. So let's get started. I think that it was Dawn's time. I think we're all in agreement. It was Dawn's time to go home last week.
Past time, Jay. Now, what else is going on?
I mean, I could have seen her for another week. I wouldn't mind looking at her for another week, but it is what it is.
I feel like the career that she was gonna have, she gonna have that career regardless of whether or not she stayed on Drag Race another week.
Okay.
She's gonna join Pearl in obscurity.
That's why I had to wait. Because it's sometimes difficult to tell whether the comment is shade or not. And so you have to wait until he says.
That's the thing about y'all young kids. Y'all young kids have a real difficulty discerning the difference between shade and truth.
Your truth is always shady, though.
Thank you.
Whatever.
And it's the truth wrapped in bacon, which is shade.
Oh, why bacon? Oh, it's fat joke. Fat joke. Last week it was HIV joke. Now it's fat jokes.
Wow,
Chris.
How is that
He coming for everybody.
I thought we talked about this.
Anyway, we moving on.
Everybody.
So the workroom this week, kind of boring.
Quite boring.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is that they introduced. This was the a Dance with Drag Moms episode where they had
on record by saying that I am unconvinced by playing Jane's redemption arc. Sorry.
Well, as you should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I am surprised because you love.
No, I just be you, bitch. Like I was fine with you how you was. You didn't have to like.
That's the point,
right? Yeah. Like I didn't need you to tell me your whatever that was supposed to be. I promised my mom I would finish college. Okay.
You're not feeling it.
Not at all.
Okay.
Nor am I. But
well, this week the challenge was to have a likeness with your drag daughter. The gentleman from the RuPaul's Drag Race Vegas show came in and they were paired with the queens. Mm-hmm. They had to create outfits for them and then also have a likeness on stage. And then they did a dance routine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I have to say the one guy that was paired with oh gosh, what was her name? My favorite one. The one that ended up being who?
Not Nymphia.
Yeah, Nymphia. He was straight.
Oh, was he the straight one?
Yeah, he was the straight one. He was straight as an arrow. He was married. He was married.
As an arrow?
straight as an arrow.
Hmm.
Yes, and was married.
comment.
But I don't know. He didn't come off that straight to me.
Well, it's 2024,
Yes.
and everyone is, more fluid and less toxically masculine these days. So you just never know.
This is true. This is
Just
true.
never know.
The girls
Though
were
I'm
in.
surprised that a straight man would be dancing, in a drag show. But worse things have happened. We had a straight one in drag on the show.
It was kind of good money.
If he say he's straight, he's straight. I don't have no problem with that. I just didn't understand why it was highlighted. He could have just been a dancer like everybody else. They didn't announce that the rest of them were gay, but okay.
Well, I thought it came up in conversation some kind of way.
He said something about his wife. My wife,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. But like, okay.
Yeah, no, at first it came out that he wasn't gay, and then it was like my wife, and just completely threw her for a loop. And was just like, oh no, why me? It gave her the dramatics that she needed for this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And then had the nerve to shed a yellow tear.
On the stage.
I was like, wait, what you crying for? You crying about your anxiety? Like about your supposed formerly known state accused of being anxiety? Like, I'm not even really sure what you call that, but like it did, the emotion behind the conversation felt unwarranted. It was like there was some serious incongruity going on with what she was saying and versus what she was emoting.
Was it giving you theatrics?
Oh, very much so.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
I was drawn in. I believed it. I believed 100%. I believe that.
You wanted to believe it.
Because I can relate. I'm telling you, I can relate. She that little girl draws me in. So I'm still a fan of Missing and Feeling.
It's giving fetish, TJ. It's giving fetish.
Oh my God. In no way is it giving fetish.
It absolutely is.
Anyway, Chris, continue on.
Wow, I didn't get that, but anyway.
Thank you, because he brought it out of thin air.
The girls were in the workroom. They were walking in their heels, and that straight man was working them heels.
Child, none of them have no problems.
So here's the thing. The thing that got me in the workroom was Saphira's kind of half meltdown where she decided that, hey, I'm not going to wear this dress. The one that I made for this particular competition. And I'm just like, oh, girl, you're giving bottom right now. And not that bottom, the bottom. I will say this was her first week. I feel like she faltered and she just was not confident about herself throughout the entire episode.
So, a question for the group. If you were going to do what you did in the end, did it really make a difference that you didn't wear the dress?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, because I didn't realize they didn't wear the same thing.
What do you mean?
No.
Did she change?
She had because she changed her look. She had to change.
No, she changed for when the other part. Yeah, right. Never mind. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't feel like the performance that you gave in the alternative costume warranted you changing costume. Like, you didn't do anything that was okay.
Well, I mean, maybe that got changed too. Like maybe it was less I don't know, or more I don't know, but it was just not a good week for her. Obviously, I was
scared for her.
She had a misstep. So was I. She had a misstep, but yeah.
Because trust me, when they got to the end, I'm just like, I had the covers pulled over. I was like, I can't watch.
Oh, I wasn't worried about her going home. That I wasn't worried about. I felt like the drama around the costume change was unwarranted. Like, you could have just worn what you was. I mean, like, you didn't do like The dancing wasn't that much dancing. Like you could have
It
just,
wasn't.
and it would have hit them rotten shoes that you keep wearing. that you keep wearing on the stage every week. But like I think she should have just wore what she was gonna wear. At least, at the very least, the family resemblance part of the challenge, you would have nailed that,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
and I think that was the important part. I think the
Mhm.
dancing was an addition. So it's like you sacrificed your performance in the primary part of the challenge for the secondary part of the challenge.
Yeah, and the thing was like that dress that she had, I thought was a really good look from what we kind of saw. 'Cause we didn't really see the whole look, but I feel one, that look was probably completely planned out. That second look, didn't she borrow a dress from somebody else for and it's just like
From
that's
Plain
not what,
Jane.
yeah, and like that really wasn't her intent. So she was scrambling, and it's like, well, is it going to be pulled off? And I didn't think that look was all that good anyway.
I'm gonna just offer her some grace and say that, you know, maybe sometimes in the heat of the moment we make decisions that we wouldn't otherwise make.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to be honest, with you, that was just her first time. I think, like I said, the first time where she kind of had like that slip a little bit.
Yeah. Mhm.
But
I think she is so used to being so what is the word I'm looking for? Kind of like regimented and like
yeah,
structured, and she knows
yeah,
exactly what like she came obviously with particular looks, and she's so particular in the way she does things that when she encountered this problem of the dress not working, she had to scramble. She didn't know exactly like what to do, and so because of that, she just did not make the
Yeah,
choices.
I
yeah.
agree.
Okay.
Listen, I get it, because like I'm that kind of person, and so when I have to pivot suddenly, I
Mhm.
probably would make some unusual choices. Like
Oh, so you can get her,
You
but
would
you
wear
don't
that wig
understand how I
too?
can get Nymphia.
let's just compare performance overall, if you want to do that.
Let's
Okay.
not.
Let's
I
not.
think it's
Let's
time
go
for
on.
some runway looks. Let's look. Let's take a look at some runway looks.
You know what? Let's.
I wasn't mad at this look.
It didn't make sense to me.
I'm not mad at it, but I'm also not wowed by it. Oh my god. I'm also not wowed by it. It was safe.
It was. I
It was
mean,
safe.
she went back to her usual yellow,
Mhm.
banana look, but okay, whatever, girl.
Yeah. And I
You'll be
think
the next one to go.
I can't. Okay, now don't say that. I do think that I don't know which judge it was, but somebody said, "Well, you should have put her in the yellow dress and you in the purple dress." I was like, "Oh, that would have been a really good idea."
That
That
would
way you can
that would have
still,
been unique.
yeah, you can still incorporate yellow, except you're not wearing it.
I
Yeah.
typically don't have commentary for this person.
Uh-huh.
However, what I would like to say is that I don't necessarily appreciate the fact that T.S. Madison was forced to defend her judging of Nymphia on social media today. I read that earlier, and people were saying like terrible things to her about the critique that she gave Nymphia
Why?
for her performance, basically saying it was unwarranted and her judging was mid and all this other sort of like ridiculous stuff. But I felt like she didn't give her a critique that wasn't fair,
I don't even remember it.
Neither do
which
I.
means that it was unremarkable, which
Right.
means that people are making something out of nothing.
As they tend to do.
Right.
People just want something to talk about.
Yeah.
Basically.
Moving on.
All right.
Hated it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of this look either.
I hated the look, but it was smart. It was a very smart choice, right? Because if you make both of you equally weird, then the family resemblance is there. So I think that it was a very smart, very strategic thing to do. But the looks themselves were very pedestrian for me. Like I just didn't understand. Maybe it's just me.
You wasn't feeling this Q look.
I didn't understand it. Like they were supposed to be monsters, but I didn't understand. Was it like Monsters Inc., like the cartoon?
I
Like
mean, it's I mean, it's kind of Club Kid monster-ish. I mean, to be honest, I've never really liked the makeover challenges anyway, because especially like the ones where you have to be like in the same family or have family resemblance. I'm like, this is set up for some girls to be very good, and then for some girls to not, because as they said on the pit stop, sometimes you can't even. It's hard to account for bone structure and genetics. I'm like, I could understand if it was just strip it away of family resemblance. Like, okay, put this person in drag. Cool.
Mm.
But it's when it comes to the whole family resemblance thing, I'm like, okay, this is just stupid. So
I actually really like that challenge because
this
I
is the
think
worst challenge for me.
Really?
I hate it. This is my least favorite challenge.
I think I don't mind it because it makes me it gives me an opportunity to see what the queens can do by reinterpreting their look on someone else. Like, because I don't think the challenge is to make them look like you. Like, I think the challenge is for you to reinterpret your brand onto someone else, which kind of demonstrates whether or not you have brand viability.
I would agree if there was never any conversation about family resemblance. If family resemblance never came up in the critique, I would agree with you.
Okay.
So I'm just like, if it was just that, if it was just, imprint your brand onto this person, I'd be all for it. But it's like, okay, well, and then sometimes they'll mention it with some people, and then sometimes they won't. So I'm just like, I'm over this challenge. I'm over this one. Been over this
yeah.
To me, it's not even so much about that. It's about, all right, well, how well can you beat someone else's face? Like, it's good and well for you to do it by yourself, but can you do that for someone else? And then also, can you weave something together where there's similarities?
Right. Like,
well, but it's not like they don't get to prepare before they come, though, right? Like, they know they're going to have this challenge. Like,
yeah, but I mean, you don't know who
you're going to get.
Yeah,
right. Now, what would really be a sight is if they got somebody that was like drastically different, like different size, different, like, you know what I'm saying? And then let's see, but then they would say that was unfair for the person who got that size. But if everybody got that, then maybe it would be something interesting. I don't know. I think there's some ways that you could shake it up to make it more challenging, more interesting. I do understand what you mean about like how, it's kind of impossible to make somebody look like you that don't look like you, which is why it's not twins, it's family. It could be a second cousin or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
or a sleepy uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Next up.
The face looked like morphine.
That's
the
it.
Body like
waist down and neck up.
Yeah.
She's like,
when you have like a super buff guy, like you can't. I don't think you can really go for a sleeveless look. Like,
yeah, I don't. And she clearly did not account for that.
Yeah,
and probably didn't have anything.
To pump you up.
Yeah, she didn't account for that. Very pretty face though, as usual. I mean, and she said to nobody's surprise that she has worked for like makeup counters or whatever before, so she's used to putting makeup on people, and that's very clear. And it shows.
But don't you feel like this challenge is like the straggler challenge? I feel like they throw this challenge in to get rid of whoever they need to get rid of at this point in the season.
I think that's another reason why I don't much care for it, because it feels like a filler challenge.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's do this last one.
All right. We have two more.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I have to say, the best one of the night.
I don't know if it was the best. It was just a copy. Like, it wasn't Family Resemblance,
and a bad copy.
No, but here's the thing: when it comes to the brief, it gave the brief.
Okay.
They looked like sisters, and I think that the looks were okay, but she pulled it off.
She pulled it off because she covered up the shoulders, which is what we complained about for Morphine, and she pulled it off because she already had the same outfit that stretched, which was a onesie, and she had a ponytail wig. Like,
yeah, I mean, it
Where
wasn't.
was the challenge? She could have put that on me.
Oh,
I hated the face. I hated her sister's face. Uh-oh.
The
Uh-oh.
gall, the nerve.
The audacity.
I want to see you
My
with a ponytail
word.
now, too.
Uh, I did not like. I didn't like the face that she put on this man. He looked terrible. He looked terrible. He looked awful. Like,
It was worse than what Q did.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes. I hated the. Did we look at the same face? Like,
I thought it was terrible.
it was
It was very severe. Like,
it was, yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to move on to the next one then.
I was not a fan.
And I was not a fan of this.
This was just not a good week for the show.
but I will say that Saphira did paint her partner well.
Sure.
I think the partner looked the best out of both of them. Like that dress did nothing for her.
Well, that was part of the commentary. The judge was like, "Oh, your sister ate you up, girl. What happened?"
Yeah.
Especially with them dancing shoes.
She was giving me like low budget, early tween pageantry. And that dress looked like she got it from Walmart. Not good.
It was somewhat it was kind of giving the same as her 80s dress look.
No, but that looked good. And that was intentional. This looked a hot mess. The colors were like
I think it was the same wig.
I feel like it was the same wig, kind of like the same, almost a similar silhouette. So I was like, okay, but I fully understand why she landed in the bottom this week.
Yeah, same.
So I gather that the looks for this runway just weren't that good.
Not to me.
Okay.
Not for me.
Do you have clips of the them dancing?
No.
Or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
That sounds like effort, girl.
And hello, and I ain't got it today. I ain't got that for
you. It's a rough week all the way around.
I do not, child.
Rough week, rough faces.
I'm so talk about that lip sync though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do y'all think about the bottom two?
Deserved.
Yes.
Agreed. I wasn't sure of the outcome. I was
sure.
There was a part of me that was thinking, okay, it's either going to be Saphira or a double save, but I was like, we've already done something like that this season, so probably not. And then I was like, damn, what if Morphine sends her home? Because we have seen where Maya sent home somebody and several people. And so I'm like, ooh, are we gonna have a repeat of like bottom bitches sending top bitches home? So I was like, I don't know.
Saphira got to but what I will say, go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I do think that this is one of the moments where we realize that Drag Race just isn't fair, right? Because I will admit that Morphine ate in that lip sync. Like she technically won that lip sync. She just had lip sync too many times. Like she would have had to just like, I don't know, do some unheard of, like ridiculous, like impossible stuff to have stayed, specifically because Saphira has won so many times. So at this point, I don't think that it was all about the lip sync. I think this is one of those moments where her track record outweighed what Morphine did in the lip sync.
See, that's what I'm gonna ask, because like, do you guys see that there's a universe where Saphira could have went home? Because honestly, I was of the impression that, because remember a couple weeks ago we said I thought that there would be this moment where there's something very unexpected could happen. Somebody from the top could just go home, and I thought that because of how the whole episode just shaked out, and I knew she was gonna be in the bottom, and I'm just like, well, you know, sometimes your overconfidence can get in the way, and she could have really done a really bad lip sync. I don't think she did a good lip sync, but I would agree with you. I don't think she was the better lip syncer for that particular episode. I
Right.
kept waiting for her to do something like extra special, and she didn't. I was just like, okay, girl, I'm afraid for you right
feel
now.
like she won this season. Like I just feel like she won this season, and that's what it is.
That's how I feel. But like, she put herself in that situation where it's just like it was questioned: could she go home?
Mm-hmm.
Again,
For that
referencing the pit stop. This is the same trajectory Jada had when she won her season. She ended up in the bottom right before the finals.
Okay.
And she went on to win her season.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I can see it for sure. Yeah, Sapphira did do the flip into a split, I think.
But we've seen that before.
Sure. And also it was obviously obvious that she doesn't do that all that often. So
and it didn't go with where it didn't fit into the moment in the song a little bit.
So,
I was
yeah.
just like, okay.
I do feel, because this was Morphine's fourth time in the bottom?
Yeah.
I do feel like y'all said, if she had pulled out some additional tips,
she would have had to pull her leg off, girl. Like just pull her leg off and wave it over.
I feel like if she had a little something up her sleeve, it was possible for her to send Sapphira home this week.
Yeah.
A reveal. I mean, pull off the wig with another like pixie cut underneath.
It would have had to be some. It would have had to have been something we hadn't seen before, like something real heavy. But she ain't have it, and so now she on her way back to the MIA.
To the MIA with me higher.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I will not
people, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button so that you can get notified when we drop new videos every single week. So until we see you guys next week, take care of yourselves and have a good one. Deuces.
Bye.